they have no hope. They have no job, they have no family, they have no community, they have no support group, they have no hope. And they'd ask me for money or whatever, and I'd give them a little money. And after 30 years of doing that, I realized all I was doing was giving them something, feeding them for a day, and they'd be back with the same problem next day. Somebody said, give a person a fish, feed them for a day, teach them how to fish and feed them for a lifetime. So I went to a Mike Rowe speech 4 or 5 years ago, and he's the guy that had the TV show Dirty Jobs. And he talked about how all these plumbers that he knew and electricians and AC contractors and construction guys were making $100,000, $200,000 a year with no student debt. And he also talked about that for every 6 plumbers or 6 skilled tradesmen in the United States that are retiring, 2 come on the job. That's not sustainable. And he also talked about how those skilled trades couldn't be offshored to China or Vietnam. And so I thought that's a great idea. We decided we'd open a trade school at Gallery Furniture to train our own future customers. And over the past 4 years, we've graduated about 400 people with skilled trades, and they all got a good job because the employers teach the courses, so when they graduate, they have the skills the employers are looking for. And we also opened a high school to help people get that all-important high school diploma. We have 2 different high schools, one for kids that haven't got their diploma that are 16 to 20, and we have a separate high school for people that haven't got a diploma from 20 to 50.
Wow.
And we're helping them get that ever-important high school diploma. And so, why are we doing these things? We're doing these things because it's the right thing to do. Because you see, at the end of the day, when we pass on and go in front of our Creator, or whoever we might think our Creator to be, our Creator is not going to ask us how much money did we make, how many material possessions that we had. Instead, our Creator will ask us, how much of a difference did you make? So we're out there trying to make a difference. I have this young kid that works for me. He's pretty famous now. His name is Bryson. He came up to me when he was 8 years old. He was hanging out at the store, and he endeared himself to a lot of the employees. So he started working at the store when he was about 9 years old. Now he's 11. And he walks around, he's got a name tag that says Bryson General Manager. And he walks up to all the customers, looks them right in the eye, and says, "Hi, I'm Bryson. What are you here to buy today?" And Bryson comes from a very tough background. His mother, unfortunately, is a lost cause. And he's raised by his grandmother. And he lives right up off Kirkendall in 1960. He lives about a half mile from where Jocelyn Ungeray was kidnapped and murdered. So Bryson is afraid to go out of his apartment. And he comes up and works with us every day. He's out of school and every weekend because he has found a sense of community there. There are many, many people that support him and nurture him and teach him. So he's found a good place. And the other day at school, they had hat day. He wore his MAGA hat and got kicked up flat. But that didn't bother him. He just kept going. That kid's he's gonna be somebody because he has a community. You know, human beings like all of us were made to live, work, play, and die in groups. Live, work, play. We forgot the work part in this country too often. To me, work is life's greatest therapy. Work gives us a reason to get up and go to work every day and get out of bed. My friend Temple Brandon is the world's leading expert on animal husbandry and autism. She's fully autistic. She's 80 years old, still travels all over the world speaking about animal husbandry and autism. And when she was in junior high school, her mother made her work at a horse farm, and she found out she loved animals, changed the trajectory of her life, and she's become the best person in animal husbandry in the history of the world. All because of work. My daughter Elizabeth, when she was 14 years old, was told when she went to Westfield High School that because of her severe obsessive compulsive disorder, she would never finish high school, and her mother and I were told to put her in a mental institution for the rest of her life. But like everybody here in the audience today, we're not buyers, we're sellers. And, we weren't buying all that stuff, so we took it to about 60 doctors out in the North Houston area. All 60 said she was impossible to cure, but you know, we kept grinding it away at it like you do selling real estate. You got to keep your nose to the grindstone, and after a while we found a doctor, and she got better. She will always have a severe mental illness. Mental illness is a cruel disease. No one knows who it may strike or why. Mental illness never goes away. It lasts forever. My child will always be walking on the edge of the cliff. I cannot keep her from falling. But then she got into college and found a teacher she really liked and ended up getting a PhD from the University of Houston, and she turned her pain into her passion. Now she helps people with mental illness, has a big clinic over in the Heights, and she's one of the premier OCD clinicians in the world. All because she never gave up. That's what we got to teach in this country. We got to teach, find a job you love to do and you never have to work a day in your life. After Donald Trump won the other day, I was driving to work and I had to go down the back road for some reason, and I saw all the trash piled up from Hurricane Burn or whatever it was. And I saw all these abandoned houses, and I saw all these homeless people. You know, even though Donald Trump got elected, we got a lot of work to do, don't we? We got a lot of work to do. We need to spread the message that human beings were made to live, work, play, and die in groups. Work in a group. I got all these kids that work for me, many of them been in jail. And you know what? They get there to that store, they're scared to death, they're nervous, they're looking all around, and all of a sudden those people embrace them, and we feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And the rule is you can't have a cell phone or an iPad in the lunchroom. And they sit at the table, and all of a sudden they meet somebody. And then 6 weeks later, when their car breaks down, rather than calling in and saying, I'm not coming to work today, they realize the guy next to them at the dinner table is depending on them if they find a way to come to work. And it changes their life forever. Because work is indeed life's greatest therapy. So what we're trying to do is continue on. The last 2 years, I've worked harder than any time in my life. Why? Because business is horrible. But you know what? You get up every day, you put on your big boy or big girl britches and go to work. And you work to make it better. And you work to delight those customers. Every day those customers come in there, and every day those customers are looking for an experience that's personal, significant, and unexpected. Every day those customers are looking for a realtor like you that goes the extra mile for them. Every day those customers look for somebody that values their business. It's never changed. And the good news is business is going to get much, much better in 2025, so we have an opportunity to have one of the greatest years ever in 25, 26, 27. It is a great opportunity for all of us, so today is today, certainly to celebrate. Now, the question is, how do we get excited and how do we make more sales and make more money for ourselves and our family? You provide better service to the customers. I call back every customer we deliver to every day. Every day I call back in between 100 and 300 customers. And if they have a problem, we solve it. But you know what a lot of those customers say? A lot of them said, I just got home, I'm taking chemotherapy. And I called all these other stores trying to get a chair I could sleep in because I can't sleep in the bed. And y'all delivered in 3 hours, you saved my life. That makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? When that customer you sold the new home to calls and tells you what a great job you did, that's worth more than any money. It's about taking care of those customers. In closing, I want you to think back to the first real estate deal you ever did. First home, commercial property, whatever it was. And the closing was that day, and you remember how you got up early that morning, you made sure every I was dotted, every T was crossed. And you're so excited to get up there and help your customer close and get into their new home. And you did everything right, and it went perfectly. Now, 5, 10, 15 years later, do we have the same energy and enthusiasm for those customers? Or are they just another commission? It's about the customers. And you look at somebody like Donald Trump, whether you like him or not. The guy's 78 years old. He does 6 speeches a day. 6 speeches a day, 30 to 45 minutes each. If I do 2 speeches a day, I'm exhausted. He has 6 speeches a day. Somebody told me the other day, over the last 3 years, he's done over 2,000 rallies. Just an amazing person. He gets shot, and the Secret Service piles on him, he jumps back up, says, fight, fight, fight. You know, you gotta love the determination, whether you like the politics or not. The guy is dedicated to serving the country. He doesn't need the money, he's got plenty of money. He doesn't need the grief, he doesn't need to play golf and the guy's out in the weeds trying to shoot at him. He doesn't need all that. But he does it because he's here to serve. He's here to serve. So during a year and a half ago, Donald Trump called me and said, I need a new mattress. I said, okay. I said, what kind do you want? He said, I want a mattress with a firm edge support. Nobody ever says that. Firm edge support. And I said, yes, sir, that's fine. Why do you want a firm edge support? He said, because I sit on the edge of the bed and make calls all night long. So I said, okay. So we sent the 2 mattresses and our 2 guys from Houston down to Mar-a-Lago to deliver the mattresses. This is April, a year and a half ago. So they get there and the Secret Service checks them in and all this stuff. And they're in the kind of a ballroom like this with the mattress set up waiting for him to arrive. And the Secret Service guy says he's playing golf, he's probably not going to come in here if you're talking to wait a couple hours. So they waited a couple hours, and one of our guys is a guy named Jerry, he's from Louisiana. He came here after Katrina, and Jerry had a checkered past. He was in Angola prison for 6 years, but strangely enough, while he was in Angola prison, he got taught a work ethic, and he's a great worker, great personality, about 6'5", big gregarious guy. So he and Sean, this guy who's a Marine, who's a real buttoned up type soldier, were waiting for Donald Trump. So in comes Donald Trump. He walks up to Jerry, the guy from New Orleans. He says, hi, I'm Donald Trump. Jerry says, no shit. And Sean must have crawled under the carpet. And Donald Trump says, hey, I like you. And so they told him about the mattress and this and that. And he picked out these 2 mattresses. And then he says, have you boys had anything to eat? Jerry says, no, the damn Secret Service won't let us eat. Donald Trump says, that's bullshit, y'all come with me. So he walks him down to the restaurant, his son was in there and all these people, introduced him to all these people. And he's walking with Jerry for about a mile. Him and Jerry by themselves for about a mile. And, you know, this is the highlight of these 2 guys' life. But what they came away was the guy was so genuine, so personable. And every waiter, every person in the restaurant he knew. And he introduced him to his son and their family and this and that. Got him something to eat. And so they went out to the truck to come back to Houston. And Sean said to Jerry, you drive. Jerry said to Sean, no, you drive. Both of them were so shook up they couldn't start the car. The truck. The point of the matter, he was genuine, he was real, he was serving his customers. He serves the nation. He serves the nation. For us to be successful in 2025, we got all this boxes are being checked. All we got to do is make a commitment to better serve those most valuable people who are our customers. Thanks very much.
Amen.